Hi friends, I hope that you are having a wonderful week and that you are surviving all of the craziness that the coronavirus has thrown at us and that 2020 continues to throw at us. I thought that since we're all at home a little bit more than we have been in the past, and since we're all watching a little bit more TV than we have in the past, I thought I'd share with you a movie that we watched last weekend that we really enjoyed, and then maybe you'll have a chance to either tell me if you liked it as well or watch it this weekend. The movie I want to talk about today is Enola Holmes. This is on Netflix, so if you have a Netflix subscription, you're ready to go. This movie was great. So, spoiler alert, I loved it, so you'll know that right up front. But it stars Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things. Which reminds me, I'm not caught up on Stranger Things. I think I've only watched season one, so now I definitely need to go back and finish it. She's incredible in this film. She stars and produced the movie. She plays Enola Holmes, who is the younger sister of Sherlock Holmes. Apparently, there is a book series about Enola Holmes that has become pretty popular, and Millie Bobby Brown and her sister were really into it and were passionate about making this into a film, and I'm super glad that they did. So we have Millie Bobby Brown playing Enola Holmes, and then we have Henry Cavill playing her older brother Sherlock Holmes, with Sam Claflin as Mycroft Holmes. A great team. They play so well off of each other. Sam Claflin is that guy that you absolutely hate in this movie, but you love to hate, which is perfect. He's annoying, he's uptight, he's definitely everything you don't want anyone to become in this world. And then Henry Cavill's portrayal of Sherlock Holmes is also spectacular. I know there is some flack that he's getting because it's a slightly more emotionally driven Sherlock Holmes, but I thought it was fantastic, and I thought it was actually really fun to see a Sherlock Holmes flick where Sherlock Holmes was not dead center. Helena Bonham Carter plays Eudora Holmes, which is the mother, and she is spectacular as she always is. Louis Partridge plays Tewksbury, which is the kind of young love interest, very light love interest in the film, but also he has kind of a mystery of his own that Enola has to help him solve. The chemistry between Millie Bobby Brown and Louis Partridge is really fantastic in the film, and I could just watch them play off of each other all day long, and it was really, really, really fun. So I'm going to do my best to keep spoilers as far away from anything I say on here as possible. So I'm just going to give you a very brief synopsis. But basically, Enola Holmes is the youngest sister of Sherlock and Mycroft Holmes. However, when their father died, Sherlock and Mycroft go away to London, and they haven't been back home for years. So they don't even know Enola. They don't even recognize her when they do see her again. Helena Bonham Carter, who plays the mother Eudora, disappears, and Enola is left to find her. This brings Sherlock and Mycroft back into the picture, and we get to start to see that relationship between these three siblings kind of restart up or not start up, as the case may be with some of the characters. And this sends Enola on her adventure to find her mother, to figure out what secrets her mother had. And it is a really, really great ride. This movie was absolutely beautiful. If for nothing else, the cinematography and the landscapes that you will see are stunning, right? You can sit and watch the beautiful British landscape all day long. It's really, really incredible. But on top of that, we see some amazing performances. Millie Bobby Brown, as I said before, is so good. Obviously, she was good in Stranger Things, and we enjoy that, but this movie just really gives her a chance to shine. What I think is really unique and interesting about this film is that they chose to allow Enola to have some direct address with the audience, right? So she will turn to the camera and tell you exactly what she's thinking, which I guess for some people might be jarring at first, but for me, it just really endeared me to the character and kind of let me in with it. It also told me that what we were about to watch was not something super serious. It was not a super serious period piece, but instead something light and fun and just a really good time. I love that. That continues throughout the entire film, and it really is a great source of comedy and just a great source of kind of letting us in to the world. We are along on this journey and this adventure that Enola is taking. Millie Bobby Brown does a great job of like ranging emotion in this show. She is kind of spunky and heartfelt and eager and young and scared and but also emotional and strong. She really shows us a character that I think is fun to watch and fun to look up to. As I said before, Henry Cavill does a wonderful job as Sherlock. He is a little more outspoken and maybe a little more emotional than you would see in other Sherlock Holmes films, but I think it is a really great presentation and really helps us understand a side of Sherlock Holmes that we don't normally get to see, a side that I actually really liked. I can't leave out Susan Wokoma, who plays Edith, who is a character who comes in a little later in the film. She is a wonderful character. There is a wonderful scene between her and Sherlock Holmes talking about why Sherlock is not into politics. And he says it's very boring. And Edith tells him something along the lines of he doesn't get involved with politics because he doesn't want to change the world because the world suits him so well as it is right now. I thought it was a great moment. It was a great way to kind of tie us into maybe some of our current world by looking back at this historical piece, and I just thought it was fabulous. I don't think that's a spoiler, but I thought it was really great and a great takeaway. As you watch the movie, you're going to see other actors that you recognize. It was really fun to see actors and actresses from the Harry Potter series that we hadn't seen in a while. True to any story having to do with Sherlock Holmes, there's plenty of mystery for you to try and solve and see if you can get to it before Enola or Sherlock does. See if you can figure out what twists and turns might be coming along the way. And I will say it's a very satisfying ending when you get there. I think this is a great show to watch with the whole family. I think it's kind of strange that it got the PG-13 rating. It seems really pretty mild. We had our 10-year-old son watch it with us and didn't feel any issues about that. I actually read an article about how this movie proves that the PG-13 rating is just not really working anymore. It's become a catch-all for most movies. There is just a little bit of hand-to-hand combat in this movie, and so maybe that's why they chose to go with the PG-13 rating. I don't know, it's beyond me. But I didn't find it to be anything over the top. In fact, it only added to the excitement and action of the show. I think it has a great message about finding yourself, about not always having to follow in the footsteps of those who went before you, but being able to kind of chart your own course and the necessity of doing that. And also it just is a fun ride through, a time that's distant from us, and it takes us out of our world that we're living in for just a little while. So I would highly recommend A+, 10 out of 10 for Enola Holmes on Netflix. I hope you watch it this weekend and let me know what you think.